Yo, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel for today's video. I'm with the boy Cerberus. We're not playing, but we're coaching in this video. It's going to be a gold 1 lobby. Going to be playing Vista Hardpoint. You guys can probably see the layout slightly different. I wanted to try this once again. Let me know down in the comments, you guys prefer this or do you prefer the other way? But basically, even for you Cerberus, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you the screen in terms of your gameplay. Then the right hand side is going to be tac maps, right? And what we're going to do is going to go through, and as we pause things, we're going to show you how you can start to paint a picture and overall basically just work on your map awareness. So if you have any questions, feel free to kind of stop me, but we're going to be going through and just showing you how every decision you make, how it kind of has a domino effect on the game. And that's kind of the main thing I want to focus on today, just how your decisions and overall kind of affects the whole team and stuff. So you good to start?
Yeah, good. Let's go.
Perfect. So just off the break here, you're going through the middle. Off the break, I can see you have one person with you and you have two people kind of on the side here going towards P1. So if we start off, we can see, again, like just on the minimap, I can kind of paint this picture. So we have two going through middle, one going through P1. So I straight away know that, okay, cool. Whatever happens here, my teammate just died. It's more than likely that they're going to stack the middle and they're probably going to die here. So it's just about kind of having that picture in your head, like what's going on, what we can do based on the information. So let's go through, see what happens. You chuck a grenade over and again, your first teammate's dead. You're going to slide across. So straight away, something really interesting is your teammate spawn, which is, again, it's kind of strange, but it's also interesting. So nobody's here, right? So, sorry, I got a cough, 1 second. So nobody on the opponents are in front of you. So straight away, I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of strange. I can't actually see anyone. And immediately my teammate spawns out. So I expected him to spawn here, right? But he ends up spawning there. So what that tells me is somebody has pushed a spawn. So I'm actually going to predict that either one player went far right and they're coming to my left behind me, or somebody went far left and they're going through like that. That's kind of what I can think just based on the spawn. So can you see how I'm kind of getting that logic from there?
Yeah.
Because my teammate's on the hill. I've got this middle. So the only gaps are the left or the right. And there's no reason for my teammates to spawn here if they're all like this, right? It doesn't really make sense. Although the spawns aren't the best in this game, things like that aren't likely to happen, right? Somebody has to have pushed out somewhere to kind of give them the spawn. I don't know where exactly, but that's where we can kind of think in our head, right, what's going on? So straight away, I would be a little bit careful right now not to get pinched. Let's see what you do here. We go through, and straight away you're going to kind of slide into the hill, right? I think if you're going to pinch through middle, especially in a scenario like this where they have the map control and nobody's going through these stairs, I just think it looks like they're going to be stacking the hill and they're going to have middle from either the hill or, to be honest, I think they could have middle from these stairs. So this is where, again, it's just about being careful before we kind of run in and just run to the hill. It's all about map control and the pressure our team's applying. So right now, I don't see any pressure from my team. So I'll be very hesitant before I just run in the hill here. I would be more worried about getting some kills and getting some map control. But we go through and you end up sliding across. Again, they're pre-aiming you, so it's an easy kill for them. That's 2 down, 3 down, and now that looks like that's 4 down. And something really interesting, if we kind of pause it here, is kind of what I predicted. If we pause it right there, can you see that blue dot right there? Can you see that blue dot there? So what that is the teammate. So kind of like I predicted, the teammate ends up spawning and ends up pushing through. So they're around there. So just like I thought, somebody either pushed the left or the right. I wasn't sure which one, but it looks like somebody pushed here, which caused the spawn to flip. But again, it's just about understanding why did I think like that? And that's kind of why. That's kind of the breakdown. Because my teammate spawned out, I assumed somebody pinched on the outskirts. And it's just about getting that in the game at a faster pace. So now we spawn out. Again, it's good to understand why we spawn out and what we're doing now. So as we go through, what you're trying to do now is just, again, paint a picture. So as the hill pops there, we're now the blue team. We're going to spawn on the other side. Straight away, we spawn on the other side. We're spawning here now. We don't really want to send 3 people through this cut, right? Because then they have one angle to look at, and you never want them to look through one angle. You always want to make them kind of work for it. Now, I don't want to say you don't want to go through one angle because obviously you want to have teamwork, right? But there's certain times and certain places. So I think a good example is right now, all 3 of you pushing here, there's just so many areas that they can pre-aim you from. So it's just about being careful and baiting and switching effectively to kind of get map control. Let's see what happens. So you're going through. Now you're going to the left. Great shot here. Good centering. You get 1. Teammate gets 1. So the guy should be behind the counter. Really good play there. So as a team, you broke that really well. That's 3 down. 24 seconds left. You guys have got a 3-piece. So I'm assuming they're going to spawn back here now. Really good stuff from you guys. Let's kind of see what happens there. So one thing is, as your teammates are with you here, you don't want to have too many people in this hill. You kind of want to just have one person here, maybe two, and the rest setting up for the new hill. So right now, I'd want to have a little bit of a pushed out scenario so that we have more map control. So right now, you have one person with you, you have one behind you, 20 seconds left. I'm okay with this. I would say, in this scenario here, in my opinion, I think you should be watching this left door. What do you think?
Yeah, I wasn't sure where to look, and that makes more sense.
Perfect. So right, yeah. So right now, again, this is why when you look at the mini map, it should just give you an indication of where they should be. Now, sometimes people can flank you, right? It's just a part of the game. It's a good play from them. But again, with timings, you understand it. But right now, like based on the mini map, if I was you and I can't see anybody through middle, and I'm sitting on this hill, I'm very, very, very kind of confident that they're not going to be coming behind me here. Because based on where my teammates are, it's more than likely that they're going to be coming through this side here. So if no one's middle and you check it, I would probably just go prone if I wanted to and watch this side. Again, if I want to watch it. But I think right now, like this is a perfect example. No one's middle. My teammate just died on the new hill. So I know that they're going to be kind of like around this area. So I watch middle, no one's there. My teammates are behind me, so I'm just going to watch this for a second if I need to. So right now, again, it's just about mini-map awareness and looking back. So right now, I'm very, very doubtful that somebody's going to be sneaking up behind me. Like, it's more than likely they're going to be coming through this area here. Just because you didn't see anyone middle, it's just kind of hard for them to sneak on by. Like, if somebody was to sneak on by, they'd probably have to go all the way down there. And again, it's just unlikely in terms of, just likelihood there. So I'd probably just watch the front there. Not the end of the world, but it's just little things like that which can give you more map awareness. Kind of, does that make sense?
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Perfect. So we go through, 15 seconds left. We're going to take him out. Again, really good shots there, but we don't want to rely on that kind of snap, right? We want to have that kill kind of guaranteed when we're pushing them back. Right now, as you're going backwards, all you're doing is giving them time and more map pressure. We're trying to keep them trapped around there. We want to keep them trapped on their side of the map. But the more we retreat, the more we're giving them map pressure. And we don't really want to do that. We want to keep them there instead of going towards us. So we go through, we get one great shot. Really good shots there. The second one's there. You ran out of ammo. It's just a part of the gunfight there. You got one, good play, and let's move on to the next one. Now you're spawning behind them. Again, the spawn's kind of all over the place at this point. So we're going to go through. You're by yourself. There's someone right on top of you. So again, mini-map awareness right now. Just somebody, as soon as you go through right now, and you spot somebody on top, maybe reacting to this a little bit quicker. Let's see what you do here. Your teammate gets on. This is fine. This isn't bad right now. So in scenarios like this, right, it's about finding the balance between getting on the hill. I can actually zoom in there for a little bit. So getting on the hill and kind of watching around me. And right now it feels like we don't need to be just running up the hill because we don't have a lot of map pressure again. So as we're going through. I can see, okay, cool. There's somebody with me, but there's no one really further pushed out than me right now. Like, I feel like I'm the furthest pushed out. So when you're in a scenario like this, right, you're basically, where are you? Let's make you the red player just for this example. Actually, we'll keep you as blue. You're standing here. Your team are not really pushed out. You have one kind of pushed there. You have one behind you. But it looks like to me, they have all of middle map. Like, I can see, like, they have somebody in the window, right? And they have somebody middle map. So you do not just want to run and die here. You kind of want to play for some kills, get a little bit of map control, then kind of control the hill. Or if you're going to get in the hill, you want to chuck your trophy and kind of hide on the side here. Like, you want to make them work for the kill, basically. But it looks like you kind of just run through, and you're standing out in the open. Your teammate dies, and now you're just dead there. So again, we have to either be a little bit quicker off the break, like right now, a little bit quicker, going to the left, kind of hide behind cover, because your teammate is pushed out, so I don't mind this. As soon as you identify there's a teammate there, I think we've got to rethink our strategy here, because you go back, you go forward, and now there's somebody on top as well, and on my right. I think right now your centering needs to be focused on the right and getting those kills. Because right now there's two people around you, they're looking at you, and you just end up getting taken out. So again, it's just about, instead of just rushing to the hill, just kind of looking at the mini-map and just painting that picture. Because now what's happened is they've trapped you at the back now. So I'd rather you play your life for a few more seconds, because now you guys are trapped at the back. You're going through, same thing. Instead of pushing through this angle, I would prefer you getting some high ground and just kind of shouldering that for information. Because you are the only player now from the blue team going through here. Your teammate's going through the middle. Let's just see what happens actually before we kind of break it. Because your teammate's going through middle. So you get the timing there. I guess because your teammate went through middle, it wasn't that bad. Because your team went through middle, it actually kind of helped you. So I don't mind this play. Again, you're centering. could be a little bit better, but it's a lot better than last time. You're not running right now. You're holding these angles, which is a massive positive. You're going through, you're holding the angles, you spot one.
Fucking hell, man.
Not bad. Again, I think one thing slightly better here, just slide cancel around the corner. Right now, when you jump, you can see your crosshair. It's just a little bit easier there to maybe slide cancel around the corner. Probably could have got that kill. But again, not bad at all. Your teammates with you, you're putting the pressure on. I think if you slide cancel, you probably get the 2-piece, but it's all good. You get one, go through, and you end up getting traded there. I'm not a fan of doing stuff like this mid-game. I do think it kind of makes you get in your own head a little bit. Like just changing attachments and all that stuff. I feel like you're just going to start tweaking in your head like, oh, you know, that's because of the grip. That's just me personally. I know other people might not feel like that, but yeah, that's just kind of my thing. I guess having 2 classes is okay for like different roles. Like if you have like a slow AR and a fast AR, but I don't know, when people kind of change attachments or sensitivity mid-game, it just to me seems like you're getting in your own head a little bit. And I've done that to myself. Like I've changed sensitivities mid-game, and I do know that, okay, I'm in my own head, you know, I'm not trusting my gun skill and stuff. So again, just a little side note, doesn't have to apply to you, but yeah, just kind of my thoughts on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going through now into this new hardpoint, right? And again, based on this mini-map right now, based on kind of everything going on, you spawn back here. So it's fair to say that your team's going to spawn this side. You got somebody there. You're going to basically spawn here, right? And the red team are going to spawn the other side. As soon as you go through and there's 3 people down here, that shows me that, okay, you are now by yourself. So what I probably wouldn't do if I was you right now, being the only player up right now, I wouldn't just run onto the hill, because I know they should anyways have people around there kind of watching it. So if I was you, I'm trying to buy some time and buy some map pressure, even like tucking yourself in a corner or just doing something, right? Like playing your life a little bit. Your goal right now is to kind of predict where they're going to be and just kind of cause disruptions and just buy time for your team, because no one's with you right now. Like it's very important, like very difficult for you to just break the hill by yourself. So the reason I mentioned it is because if you sprint in right now, it's probably going to cause a death there. Let's see what happens. And this is kind of an example, what I mean, of just mini-map pressure. So I think any good team in this scenario should be able to stop this push, right? In my opinion. The fact that you're by yourself and there's 3 people down, they should have a very basic setup of maybe like someone watching the stairs, somebody on the hill, somebody maybe like even bridge, and somebody around there, whatever their setup is. But the fact that you just walk through the front, I think is more a downside to their gameplay than like you sneaking through the lines. Just because there's no map pressure from your team, I think this was more kind of risky than it needed to be. What do you think about this play? Again, it works out.
I was surprised I got that far, to be fair.
Yeah.
So,
again, so it works out. So I can't say it was a bad play, but again, I just think as you go to the higher levels, right, we have to expect setups to be a little bit more structured than what we saw here, and that's where the problems are going to start to occur. So that was one of those breaks that, yes, it worked, fair play. I mean, you didn't do anything wrong in hindsight, but I just think that they could have done a lot better, and in terms of against better players, I don't think that's going to work. And that's what I'm trying to help you prepare for, is those better players. Really good shots there, you take out another one. So right now we're in a good spot. This is fine. One thing I would say is, again, I think we kind of spoke about this last time. If you're on the hill and you're by yourself and your whole team starts to gravitate towards the hill, this is a big problem we have in solo queue, right? Everyone just naturally goes towards the hill. I'm more than happy for you to get off the hill here and start pushing lanes. Because again, this gunfight, you're holding this gunfight. This is a good play from you, but again, I just don't think he should lose this. Like, I think that you just fried him, but if you played yourself on that head glitch, I think that version of you gets the kill every time. It's just such a nasty head glitch, right? So yeah, it's plays like this that you should try to push out a little bit more, because your teammates, unfortunately, are stacking the hill with you. Although you were here first, you made a good play, they're just retreating to the hill. And in terms of map pressure, if we look on the mini-map right now, we can see we're on P3, right? You're the blue team. We only have like this much map pressure. So again, against a better team, they're just going to easily break this hill here. So I know in these lobbies, your gun skills kind of keeping you up, and you're playing well, you're playing a lot smarter than last time. But again, I'm just trying to prepare you for the better lobbies where some of these fundamentals might really cost you. And that's what could potentially keep you stuck in the gold rank. It's because when you go into those diamond lobbies, when they have slightly better like understanding of the game, it might cost you. In terms of gun skill, it's not really a problem right now. You're playing well. It's just more your team don't know what they're doing, so just pushing out. Because the problem with the current playstyle, right? You see how you're killing this guy in the back stairs? That tells me that their whole team has the ability to pinch through the back, right? So they're getting spawns right there. We do not want to give them spawns there. Because what happens is when you kill this player here, so you kill this player, good shots, he spawns there. But when you die, like you see now, you're number one, you spawn all the way there. it's just not the same thing. They spawn so much further out. So with them spawning back there and you're spawning all the way there, it's a completely like different gunfight. So we want to kind of prioritize those spawns a little bit more. We're going through the front. Again, they just need to read that. It was a bad play from them. We're not gonna mention that one. We're gonna just swiftly fast forward and pretend that never happened. Going through. Now, one thing again that's happening. Now you can kind of correct me if I'm wrong or talk to me through it, but I feel like the spawns right now are just, you're just letting whatever happens with the spawns are happening. You're kind of just playing off the spawns. I don't feel like you're controlling the spawns yourself or really contributing to the spawns. It feels like you're constantly just wherever you spawn, and you're kind of just going to make a play from that. Is spawn something you kind of think about, or?
Yes, when I understand the map better.
When you understand the map a little bit?
Once I've got really used to a map, then I start trying to hold spawns like P3 sub base sitting at the back near the water. So that's
okay.
So, but
okay. So one way you can learn spawns is simply just when you die, look where you spawn and just kind of mentally note that as a spawn point, and then just ask yourself, would I want to spawn here or would I want to spawn on the other side? So for example, right now we're in P3. Like you spawned here. This is kind of how volatile the spawns are in these gold lobbies, because look where you spawned right now. If we look on tac maps on the right screen here, if you spawned here, right, and there's how long left? 15 seconds? Yeah, there's 15 seconds and you spawned back here. I said to you, right, you spawned back here with 15 seconds. I don't see a reason for you to push this area. Because think about it. If they're on the hill right now, and I'm number 4, so I'm blue number 4, you're red number 3, okay? 15 seconds left. I'm probably going to push through the back to kind of get those spawns, because, I mean, I would love to spawn here. If P4's there and I'm spawning here, I'm very happy. But what you're doing is you're kind of like giving up those spawns to kind of cut through the front of the hill, which technically is going to give them more space at the back. And that's kind of what happens there. So if we go through, we see what happens. You end up going through the front. You go through the front, and then again, you're dragging away. Now, if you think about where this player came from, he actually came through the front, right? So he's going through the bad spawns. This is where you don't want to spawn. He's going through the bad spawns. He ends up catching you mid-sprint. It was a 50-50 gunfight. He ends up winning it. And now you spawn out there. So you can see just from that one decision, right? Instead of backing off and just playing your life for 5 to 10 seconds, you decided to push forward, end up dying in a risky gunfight and spawning all the way back here. So it's little plays like that, right, which add up, because now you're spawning there, and I guarantee if you look at this scenario, you're like, oh, I wish I was spawning right there, but you were there 5 seconds ago. So it's just about sometimes having the patience to just pause the game and think, right, what's the best play here? I don't need to push out here. I'm so close to the new hill. Let me just stay here for 10 seconds. And it's little plays like that, because now you're going through. Again, you're going backwards, and look how long it takes you to even get there. It's another like 10, 15 seconds, and they're holding the hill now. So can you see why plays like that could be a little bit impactful?
Yeah, massively. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So again, we go through. Your teammate on top now, so it's a kind of good pinch. You're going through again using your equipment. Based on right now what I'm seeing, he's not in front of you. He's probably on the left corner. So it's just about the way you push this. If we kind of go full screen here, we have no teammate in front of us. So we are kind of the furthest teammate pushed out right now. What we don't want to do is we don't want to just slide out and die here, because it's kind of like a train. We want to wait for our teammates. We want to just take our time here and just make sure we pinch together. So let's say up on tac maps what's going on here. So you're right there. Your teammates are right there. So one kind of other side note of what they did really bad is when you guys spawned out, so you're the blue team in this instance, when you guys spawned all the way out, the red team, they should have pushed out and kept you trapped, but they did a really bad job of that. They're playing very, very deep in their spawn. So they're playing really poor, and this is your chance to break the setup. The fact that we haven't seen anyone, that tells me they're probably playing really deep. So I know if you just slide in, they're probably going to kill you because they're playing so deep. Although it's a really bad setup from them, you don't want to make it any easier. So let's see what you do here. What I think you should do is take your time, wait for your teammates, let one go up top, go through and just play for those kills. And then because of how deep their setup is, you're eventually going to flip it anyway. So let's just see what happens there. You're going through. Again, your teammate's not with you yet. And that's exactly what I thought you were going to do. Now, if we pause it and you just jumped across like this, although you have a teammate technically watching over you here, nobody can see these players, right? So if you get shot from these players, there's no one that's going to be able to trade you. See what happens? Literally what I just said, right? You get shot right there from number 1 and 2. And the only reason I knew that was, again, it's just kind of thinking out loud, right, if nobody's pushed me out, they just, I know these lobbies, they're going to play deep. I've not seen this gameplay, no intel. It's just based on what I thought. So good stun. I love the stun there. Obviously the trophy blocked it, but it's just about, again, waiting for a second, because now you die. You've basically died there. It's now a 4v3. Yes, the trades go in. Whatever happens, happens. Now see where you spawn now. Your death there has spawned you out there. Now, whatever happens in the rest of the gunfight, you are out of the play for about 15, maybe 10 to 12 seconds, when you could have waited for another 3 to 4 and just had more of an impact. And that's what it's about, playing with your team. Now, there's another one down. Your teammate spawns behind you. So every death, they're spawning around there. They're spawning close to the hill. Where are you spawning? You're spawning back here. So every kill that goes their way is just going to make it easier for them as a team. And that's why when you're breaking hills, you need to collapse in at once. Your team need to go in together, break the hill together. If you just go in and throw your life, even if you get one kill here, right? Let's say you kill this player and they kill you, they still have the advantage because they're not going to spawn too far out, where you spawn a lot further out. So that's why the team on the break always have to get more kills than the team holding the hill. You're going through, you get one again, great play, 25 seconds left, teammate on the right, exact same scenario. Now I would chalk you up at this point. 20 seconds left, you're spawning in a scenario now where you actually end up spawning around there, okay? If I'm the red player right now and I'm here, I'm going to start to rotate this way, just naturally. So what you don't want to do is really important. You do not want to keep on pushing this way to a point where they're going this way, and in 10 seconds, they end up flipping the spawns once again. This time, they have this side of the map. That's what you don't want to do, because then you're going to give them spawns. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
But
yeah.
That's kind of what you're doing, you see? So with 10 seconds left, you're going forward. Sometimes I don't mind you chalking up the hill, looking at the bigger picture, right? Although you're down by 60, yes, 15 seconds might look like a lot, stuff like that. But in scenarios like this, it's just like, okay, me going forward now is not what we want to do, because by the time I get there, there's going to be what, 5 seconds? So now you got to the point with 7 seconds left. In terms of bigger picture, they now have the rotation. If you and your teammate now get these kills, you've spawned yourselves out. It's actually a good thing that he kills you. And this happened on the sub base as well. You now probably spawn on the new hill, but again, that's based more on their mistake. They should have not have killed you there. Honestly, if I was that teammate there, again, because of the lobby you're in, I don't think they understand spawns, so you need to use that to your advantage. The fact that they have somebody here is perfect. Imagine if you just rotated there, right? You rotated, and you killed this player. Where does he spawn? That number 1, he spawns back there, because his teammate's right there. So now we think about the bigger picture, right? If we look at P5, they are spawning back here. Although your team pushes up, he dies, he spawns there. What happens? You naturally have the rotation to P5, all because you rotated early. So now, with about like 55 seconds left of the hill, you have this much map control. They then have to push through the front. You rotating there could have got you back in the game. Now, you made a mistake, but again, because they didn't play well, it works out okay for you. But like I said last time, we don't want to rely on the enemies. Right now, the enemies aren't rotating, right? But we don't want to rely on that. We want to make sure that we're rotating, because once they rotate, it's going to be game over. Any questions on that?
No, it makes sense. This is the thing I need to work on the most. Is like
yeah? Oh my god, you guys are frying each other. Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
You start frying your teammates.
I just think it's learning to understand spawns and use them more.
Yeah, which is perfect. Again, it takes time. It's a part of the process. Yeah, no,
that's
for
why
sure.
I chose this video, because I was aware that, if I'm honest, like, I didn't know what I was doing, really.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I can tell your gun skill is good in these lobbies, right? It's not like you're getting outgunned. I can't lie. Next time, try to mute your teammates, because it's really loud, unless like they're coming. I don't know what they're saying.
They're probably swearing and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know what.
When I record games, but it just doesn't do it.
Why don't you just mute them in game?
Yeah, I suppose I could. Yeah, yeah, I'll do that next time.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're coming, it's fine. I'm saying if
I'll properly solo queue next time, and then.
Oh no! Again, it's up to you. I'm saying, like, if it's like they're just not coming, then yeah, it's probably better to mute it, just because it's so distracting. If they're coming, it's fine. It's just yeah. But yeah, anyways, going through 15 seconds left right now, because this chains into the P1. It's kind of, again, just about playing your life when you can, just trying to like get some map control here. The biggest thing is getting some map control here, because with 15 seconds left, 2 of your teammates die. again, like I know you're just going to jump off now and push this hill, and it's just like, it feels like you're playing pubs in this scenario where you're just kind of like going for kills, right? But you going through these 10 seconds and dying, it's just pushing you further back. So exactly what you did there, it just pushes you further back. Now, guess what? You spawn further back. I would rather you play your life here. Like, instead of even going up these stairs, I would rather you already start going to middle and just start getting some map control. It's all about map control. Don't worry about just a hill. Like, instead of dying here and then spawning back here, right? I would rather you spend those 10 seconds to go through, try to get some kills around middle and get map control so that you guys have middle and they're spawning over there. That's what I would prefer you doing. Instead, you're kind of just going to the old hill, dying, and wherever you spawn, you spawn. It doesn't matter where you spawn, you'll just make a play once you spawn, right? I want you to be able to control the spawns a bit more. Same thing, you go through, it's just 10 seconds, right? We don't need those 10 seconds because they're going to get it anyways, unless you make a miracle play. And now, not only do they get that scrap time, they're also getting the new rotation. And that's the issue with not rotating. We give them the scrap time. And now, look, it's already been 10 seconds of this hill, and you haven't got in. Going through. Good pinch. Your teammate's with you. That works out fine. There's another one on your left there. They end up pinching you as well. Let's see where you spawn. So now you spawned out again. Same thing. There's no map control, right? Everyone's dead on your team. There is zero map control right now. There's 3 of you. All 3 of you right now on the blue team are going through this stairs, okay? So if I'm the enemy, I have so much map control right now. Like, I basically have the whole map. Like, I've probably got somebody around there. I probably have somebody middle, maybe one coming through that side. Like, I just have so many options to flood them and keep you guys trapped back here. And that's not what we want to do. We want to have map control and have options. Teammate dies, see what you do here. I like that you're not running in. It's a lot better than last time. But again, this is such an obvious spot for them to look here. It just has to be very careful the way we approach this. Again, same thing. Like, you have to remember sometimes it's not just about running forward. It's about thinking of what they're doing. If you were in the hill right now and you knew that this guy just died, right? So you know that the team's coming through here. What would you pre-aim? It's kind of what we spoke about earlier, right? The most obvious thing to pre-aim would be this front door. And then you would have somebody watching middle. That's kind of the 2 obvious spots because they're either going to go through there or go through there most of the time. Obviously, they can go the outer routes, but most of the time, those are the 2 options, like you're seeing exactly with your teammates. So right now, again, you have to be a little bit smart. If they're watching this, I can't just run in here. I can't just, even if I pre-aim it, they're going to be pre-aiming me. And that's kind of what happens there. You're going through, although you didn't run at them, the way you shouldered it is, again, it's just overcommitting at this point. Look, you're holding your grenade. He should kill you every time here. You're literally one shot. You panic, you back away, you nade your teammate, go through, you nade yourself again. Okay? So this is what's happening. It's a constant thing. Every time you're trying to break a hill, you're holding a grenade, and you're trying to go through choke points. Same thing here. 15 seconds left. You don't really need to go here at this point. They've got this hill, let's rotate. This is the 4th time that we've gone for scrap time without really rotating, and you can see how it's just causing a domino effect. Do you have any questions?
No, it's good. No, it's a lot to take on.
Again, this is recorded as well, so it's not a problem. You can always just look back and be like, okay, cool, and just kind of analyze as well, which is great. So even if it's a lot of information, don't worry, because you've got it saved. But if you've got any questions or anything you don't really understand, feel free to kind of stop me, okay?
Yeah.
Right now, you have somebody on the hill. I don't mind what you're doing. You're going on the hill, this is okay. What I actually love in this hill is to have mid-map control from this stairs. I just think without mid-map control, if somebody has this head glitch from the other side, they're going to kill you every time. So right now, it just seems like you're a little bit trapped here. So as soon as you get this kill, I want you to push out a lane here. Either push out on this side or push out middle. Because you don't want to be trapped. It's all about map control. That's what I've been saying all game long. It's the same concept. Right now, you're sitting here. You have a teammate in the spawn. You have another teammate around there. And you have another teammate in this corner. So where do you think the blue team's going to spawn roughly?
If when dying, sort of closer to sort of P5.
Yeah, so around here, right? Like, for this, perfect. So for this spawn, it's around this area or this area. So you're spot on in terms of the P5 side, right? Exactly, you're right. So they're either going to push through here. Well, to be honest, they actually spawn here as well sometimes. It just depends. But yeah, this is perfect. So they're going to probably push around this side. But most of the time, they're going to send like maybe 1 or 2 here and then 1 or 2 through middle. What you really would like to do here is probably have this head glitch and keep them trapped in. The problem you have there is they could go through P1 and kill you from the side. So just to be a little bit safer, you could stand on this head glitch. And on that head glitch, you can literally watch this whole angle. okay? If you watch that whole angle, you've just basically shut down mid-map. Now your teammates really only have to worry about this choke point for the next 10 seconds. So it's just about eliminating the angles. But what you decide to do here by kind of okay, you end up pushing that, which is great, by the way. I didn't even realize you pushed that. But when we just back off, even just this play here, it's just a little bit risky off the break here, because if no one's middle on your team and they end up pushing, again, it's all about timing, right? We don't want you to stand here, because if they go through middle on this head glitch, they're going to be able to kill you. So you actually make a good play. This is why I'm glad you did it. I didn't realize you did it, but once you get this kill, I like you pushing out here. I want your teammate to get on the hill there. I don't mind you pushing out and just kind of cutting the lane. You don't have to get too aggressive. You can just hold an angle, because your job here is to keep them trapped. There you go. Again, we just want to keep them trapped here. So even if you sat in a corner or wherever you did, just to keep them trapped, I'm okay with that. But you also have to remember, P3 is next. We don't want to push out too far that we flip the spawns. It's all about balance. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to catch the blue team in the sprint. So even if we play a creddy corner or something and we catch them in the sprint, that's fine. I prefer middle instead of here, just because I want to funnel them through the right so that they stay spawned there. But that's just being really picky. I like this. And this is an example of cutting the lanes, what you're doing now. He doesn't expect you there, you get the kill. That's 3 down. That's really good stuff here. And this is, look how much easier it is now that you're applying the map pressure. You guys are applying the map pressure. Unfortunately, you guys did flip it. So again, because your teammates didn't have a lot of map pressure and you pushed out the right, this is where you flipped it. So in this scenario, I think it would have been better to hold middle map, not the right. In other scenarios where your team have more map pressure kind of laterally, I think you can push the right. So, but this is good because you can learn, right? You can find balance from it. I'd rather you push out, get aggressive and make a mistake than sit on the hill and die, because this is how you learn, by playing like this. This is really good. Like, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I think this is a really good thing that they might have flipped spawns, because now you can learn, okay, why did they flip spawns? Maybe I pushed out a little bit too far and stuff like that, okay? The hill's just all mixy, by the way. This isn't even like, in these lobbies, people are all over the place. There's going to be a lot of times where you might do the right thing and spawns just don't work in your favor, just because of the nature of the teams and stuff. People don't really know what's going on with spawns. Great 2-piece, good stuff there. Again, there's one more in front of you. There's probably one on your left through middle. Put a trophy down. Okay. A little bit aggressive, not the end of the world, but it's all good. Now we know they're going to be this side, so again, just being a little bit careful. I think you got tunnel vision with the player up here, even though someone was contesting, so it was fairly obvious in hindsight that they were there. So again, just playing your life slightly here. You got a 2-piece, right? You did your job. You don't need to overcommit here. Just take your time. You have numbers. Your teammate's right behind you. I'd rather you wait here. Let him go left and then just shoulder this. You've shouldered it, right? You've got information. We can back down now. We've got our equipment. Take our time. Chuck a stun. Let my teammate help me. Don't just run at them, okay? Because they've just bailed out of that because you ran at them. You see, you had the advantage there, and then you kind of gave it back to them. Lucky your team gets a trade. Good to go. Let's see what you do on the P3 here. So there's 3 of them on your right. Again, you don't need to get crazy. You don't need to go for the hill here. What your main job now is to cut the lane. Get these kills, spawn them out. Make sure you get these kills and spawn them out. Good kill. Again, I don't want you to push the hill here, because it's annoying because you get the kill, so it sounds silly, but I think they should kill you every time when you jump off like this. What do you think? Like this second kill, I think he should kill you here.
Yeah.
Like, I think you fry him again. It's just a skill thing. I just think that they're just not great, so you look a lot better, but I think that was a really good play from you, right, in terms of kills. But I would rather you now just keep them trapped in. Like, get this kill, play your life a little bit. Like, you don't need to jump on the hill. You're constantly going for the scrap time. Like, right now, like, I want your mindset to switch from, instead of getting the 10 seconds here, just setting up for new and playing for the 50, because you're constantly going for the scrap time, all the time. So this, it's like you accidentally made the right play, right? Your intentions was to go for the scrap time, but you accidentally got the 2-piece on the way. That's what it kind of looks like. We want you to have the 2-piece while cutting the lanes, because look at that. Now you're getting the 5 seconds. But what's the problem here? What do you think the problem is right now?
I'm nowhere near the next hill.
And where else? What else is the problem? Not just you. You have 2 teammates with you. So with 3 seconds left now, exactly, with 3 seconds left, you got a 2-piece. Really good stuff, right? But now look, there's 3 of you here. They're going to spawn there, and what happens? They are all, if they were smart here, they would all just go through P1, go through bridge, and they'll probably get to the point before you guys do. And there's like, what's the point rotating to just go for scrap time? I would rather you play around there, get that first kill, back off, maybe go into P1, just keep the map extended, like keep the map pressure like this. Like you just want to hold this line. You don't want to go there and hold the P2 for 5 seconds. It's just not worth it. It doesn't do too much for you. Because look, now your team is saying we need to rotate next, and this is again complete opposite thing what we don't want to do. We do not want to push this side, right? Because now I actually didn't even think you would do it. I thought you were going to go backwards. The fact that you're going this way, what do you think happens now? What do you think opens up for the other team? With you going here, what do you think the problem is? What's that? Or do you like this play?
Spawns, if that way. Is that right? Because we're on this side of the map and they want to be the other side of the map.
So again, it's not about right or it's not about right or wrong, but like exactly. It's just like what do you think is going to happen? So with you pushing here, going right like this, if anyone dies right now, okay, so if your teammate gets a kill on P3, this player is like he shouldn't really spawn there because you're right here. So you're blocking the bad spawns, right? So you're basically opening up the good spawns for them. Because look where you are right now. If we looked at P3 and I said to you, where would you want to be? This is probably not on your list of spots to sit at. Or do you like this spot for P3?
No, I'd rather be close to P4 around the back of it.
Because now you're
easy to go down the stairs underneath and and
you could just see, and if you actually think about the route you took, where you ended up, it just shows that there wasn't a lot of planning, right? Because you basically just ran across the map to end up in the same spot. So right here, instead of going all the way like this, you literally could have just done this. So again, it's just about what is our goal here? We want to get close to the hill. We want to kill them while they're rotating. We don't want to just run for the sake of it. And if we see someone, we shoot our guns because that's what gets us trapped. We're going in again. We're going in again. It's very narrow. What's the setup? It's very narrow. It's 2 on the hill. Where are they spawning? They're spawning at the back. They're spawning at the back. Where are my teammates spawning? My teammates are spawning out. That's not what we want. They're spawning at the back. Now, why are they spawning at the back? Well, because you ran away. No one on my team had the spawns. It just naturally fell to them. They probably didn't even work for it. They just had the spawns at the back. They probably don't even know why they got it. They probably don't even want the spawns at the back. And he goes through again. You're killing them, but we don't want to rely on that. We don't want to rely on these kills. We want to make sure we have like strategies in place. And now they spawn there and you spawn out. So if I asked you right now, would you want to spawn here? You'd probably say no. But then if we back off 20 seconds, you were the player running over there, right? So you will actually influence this spawn massively. And that's why it's really important to play ahead. Because if you influence these spawns, you can see now you're rotating. You're rotating through the front. You're rotating through the front. You're going through. And it just seems like you're not sure where they're coming from. Because it's hard to predict, right? When you don't have map control. Even right now, I don't know where they're coming from. They're coming through the front, some might come through. It's just all over the place because there's no real map control. 10 seconds left, same thing, we're spawning out. We're spawning out, we're getting the same kills, we're at the back now. So we end up going through the back eventually. Let's see what we can do here. If we look at the menu app, we can see this player, right? So we know he's here. Let's see how you play this.
He's at the back.
A little bit unfortunate. It was just, I guess it was a tough gunfight. Maybe chuck a stun there. He had an AR. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. They should be on your left here. They should be on your left. Just based on where you spawn, I would straight away say, okay, I spawned here. So you're number 1, okay? Where are my teammates? My teammates are all here. So your first instinct should be right. Where do you think the opponents are going to be? I want you to just kind of tell me, where do you think the opponents are going to be right now? Forget where they are now. Where would you expect them to kind of be?
We're spawning back. Are we still on P3 or are we going to...
So it's currently P4 right here.
Yeah, currently P4. So if we're there, the enemies are going to be spawning up near P1.
So where would you say on these on this map? What call out would you say? It doesn't have to be exact, but like roughly what area do you think they're coming from this map?
Shops and stairs.
Perfect. So I would say they're probably spawning around there, okay?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
So that's exactly. So you've read it perfectly. So now you're going through. You know that they're probably going to run through here. So I think on this specific hill, they spawn closer to this side. Just based on when I've played it, I've spawned closer to this side. On other hills, I've spawned closer to this side. On this one, I spawned closer to this side. So again, as long as we know it's this general area, we know roughly. So I would actually go through now and I would try to kind of cut this lane off. I would try to cut this lane because I know that they're going to be coming through either this area here or this area here. Let's see what you do here. You should look at your left here. And you can see you were not ready for the gunfight. If that player knew what we knew, if that player knew, okay, Like, for example, when I'm on this scenario, when I'm actually coming through here, and I know that somebody spawns where you did, I'm going to be jumping and watching the right first. So if I'm jumping out right now, do you think you're ready for the gunfight here?
No.
But you can see, right, because they're not ready for the gunfight, all it is right now is two people not ready for the gunfight. Whoever has more reaction wins. So we need you to be ready for these gunfights, because if they're ready, they're going to kill you. So right now, you get this kill because he didn't even look to his right. But again, this is what I'm saying. We want you to be looking to your left here. But can you see now how we know that? Because we spawn here. Okay, my teammates are on the right. They should be spawning on my left here. I need to look at my left right now. And that's what we want to start to get better a little bit at, cutting those lanes, okay? Which again, takes some time. It's a skill to have, which you're going to get there for sure. Just make sure we cut the lane. So instead of looking straight and then left, right now we should be looking left. So we get that kill. My teammates get 2 more. There's 1 more on the hill. We have a stairs. Let's go through the stairs. It's a quicker route. And it's just little plays like this that shows me that you're not sure where everyone is. And you want to take the quickest route to cut them off again. So as soon as you get this kill, there's 1 player left. I would have stood on this balcony, killed that player, and turned around again and looked out the window. You want to get there quick. As soon as you go down these stairs, what are you doing? You're giving them a chance to push again. Because you were here, right? I want you to be in this window or over there. I want you to kill them as they're sprinting. As soon as you go back here, what happens? You're giving them so much time to push forward and cut you again. We don't want to give them any time. We're down by 60. We need to get every second on this hill. Every single second's important. Now we're going through. Yes, you get the kill. Good kill. I would have preferred you getting that kill while you were in the window. The reason why I say that is because this gunfight, when you're standing here, they're going to predict a gunfight, right? It's going to be, they know you're going to be around the hill, so they can look for you. But if they're running from here and you're sitting in the window, they're probably not going to expect that. So you get the kill further up the map and you push them further back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because now, look, you were the furthest pushed out, right? But now, what's happened to your map control, do you think? From my image on the right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So if we look at the map control on the right, this is what I wanted, right? I wanted you to push out here or around there. But now that you've backed off, so this was the map control you kind of would have had. You would have had like at least like this, which isn't the best. They should push out as well, but this isn't bad. You've got a bit of map control. But now what's happened is you playing deeper has given you no map control. You basically you inviting them to the hill, and there you go, exactly what happens. They end up killing you, and now you spawn there, and they end up, contesting the hill, keeping it scrappy. Yes, you guys win it, but again, it would have been a guarantee win anyways. 10 seconds left. What do you think you should do right now?
Get to the next.
Go left, right? There's no reason to go right. No reason to go right at all. But again, being quick right now. Go through the left door. You don't even need to go through here. Go through the left door. You see, you're kind of hesitant. You're going through. You're running. They're going to spawn in front of you. It's just about being careful. Now we're trying to pinch them. They're going to be right there again. They're not ready for the gunfight. Neither are you. It's just reactions right now. We do not want to rely on that. We want to rely on a plan, which is fine because we're learning. There's a lot to learn from this game, which is fine. We spawn out again because we weren't ready for that. Let's go through and see what happens. We're back in the game slightly. Unlucky there. We're getting back in the game here. I think you guys probably could have had a few kills which turned the game around, but it's not the end of the world.
It's on the hillside, and there's one literally like below the bridge.
One shot.
It's 2 down. So this is the habit we had earlier, which you've got a lot better at, by the way, a lot better at, but you can see it's creeping up a little bit. You see right here, sprinting.
Pick up, I start,
Yeah. But the problem when people have is when they're stressing, they go faster and faster. But if you think about it, all you're doing is dying quicker and quicker. It doesn't make an impact in terms of slow the game down. It's fine. Yes, they're going to win in 50 seconds. I'd rather you take an extra 5 seconds to plan the push than just run and die. Like, I'd rather you take your time and then work on, okay, let's get this a little bit quicker now. Instead of just running and dying and just running and playing at one pace. 5 seconds left. Let's turn around. Our teammate's there. So again, as your teammate's pushing this area, right? You see your teammate in front of Yoshi. He's pushing this area. There's no need to watch it now. He's got that. He's got that. You need to turn around straight away. So you're just pre-aiming exactly where he went through, basically. So you see, you should turn around, and that's exactly what happened. They're behind you. And you see you're reading the spawns wrong, you're reading the spawns, and now you're just in a weird spot. Now, luckily, they're spawned out, so you actually have a pinch opportunity here. And this is where the spawns get a little bit strange. They shouldn't have spawned out here, so that just tells me that somebody on their team has pushed out some weird spot on your left somewhere. That's all that tells me. Somebody on their team has pushed out somewhere weird. So you take out one. Again, wait for your team here. Again, it might work, but yeah, I was going to say just wait for your team there. You get the kill, okay? You get the first guy. They are going to pre-aim this door now. You are a red dot right here. They're going to pre-aim this door. Your teammates are 3 seconds away. You don't need to sprint here, bro. You're chilling. You're chilling. Go to the right. Jump through the ledge. Just show. Take your time. Like, turn around. They're going to spawn behind you. This is so crucial. Little plays like this. For whatever reason, you guys spawned out. I don't know what happened there, where they were to give you the spawn, okay? But for some reason, your team, your red team spawned out. So they're all coming through this side. You somehow managed to go through. Again, I don't know what's happened, but you got behind them. So they're watching there. They have someone there. They probably have somebody around there and maybe somebody like around there, okay? You end up going behind one and killing him. So you kill him. He's going to spawn behind you, by the way, because of where your team are. This player's automatically going to look at you because he sees a red dot. He doesn't even think about the other side of the map. He's looking at you. As soon as you run in and give him the kill, they're going to turn around. You need to delay this kill. You need to just play your life. Either jump to the bridge and go down, or even back away and just turn around and play for that same guy again. But instead, you run on the hill. And look at this. You end up dying. You could have waited 2 seconds. Look where your teammates are. They're right there. Just buy them time. That's all you have to do here. Because now, look, he goes behind cover. And if he's a good player, he's going to look to his left and kill your teammates. He doesn't do that. He runs out in the open, right? But he could have easily done that. And it's just little plays like that. Because now you're by yourself. And now you can't actually pinch the hill because your teammates died. So can you see how you buying time would have just saved that hill there? Because now you're going through. You have no teammates to pinch. So they're all going to pre-aim this area now. It's a lot harder to break a hill when they're all pre-aiming you. It's a lot easier to break the hill when someone's pinching. And this is the problem we have now. We're going to go through. I don't know how you break this. You probably shouldn't have broke it. They end up trolling, okay? But again, I think right there they punish you. Any good team punishes you there, they win the game. So although it works out again, I've said this so many times, it's a little bit harsh, but against a good team, it doesn't work like that. And we need to stop relying on these kind of plays, okay? This is the perfect example. 3 of you in the hill, map pressure, and you can just see when you get pinched, look how hard it is to deal with. Although your teammate should have had that, we don't want to have 3 people in the hill. It's the exact same scenario that we spoke about on sub base. Remember at the end of sub base when you had 3 people in the hill? This is the exact same thing. There's 3 of you in the hill. It's just no map pressure. There's so many ways they can pinch you here.
I'm just gonna get next.
10-second left. We're still in the game though. We're still in the game. A little bit unfortunate. Let's see what you did here.
Keep it contested, man.
I don't mind that. Again, strafe a little bit more, but I actually don't mind you watching middle there. He had, yeah, it's just a tough gunfight, but I don't mind you watching middle there. With the sub was a little bit hard, so it's one of those ones, but let's see what you do here. You're going through, watching middle, good stuff. Turn around here. As soon as you get this kill, we want you to turn around. They're probably coming behind you here. Based on where my teammates are, they should be coming behind me. Again, minimap awareness. This is screaming minimap awareness to me. I don't know if you agree or not, but look at this.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So someone's on the hill. Your teammate coming through the right. Your teammates are coming through the right, and look where you're pre-aiming right now. This should 1,000,000% be a turnaround, watch, they're coming behind you. This should be a panic. But instead, you're going through, and you're about to fry Yoshi. Our boy Yoshi's just standing there. And now look, you're running, completely out of the play. They came exactly where we knew they were going to come. So what you need to do next time is, as soon as you go through, this is the moment when you know they flipped. Let me show you. When you see your teammate spawn the other side, you should right. We got weird spawns. My teammates are spawning there. My teammate just spawned there. I need to turn around. They're coming behind me. So right now, you should turn around. You should have turned around right now, or sat on the hill and turned around. I would have preferred you, honestly, to get in this room on your left.
Yeah.
Because now, look, they've got the hill from that side, and you're just breaking it. So you see that window? I would have preferred you in that window right there. And at that point, they got the hill, they're pushing through, 15 seconds. The game's basically over here because they got the rotation. And yeah, that's going to be game. What do you think?
Yeah.
Could have been a win?
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate all the guidance there. There's a lot
I
to
know,
work
you're good,
on.
you're good. I think that could be a win,
I
though. I
just
think
want
that
to
could be
get
a win
it.
for
I just
sure.
want to get it because I don't like not knowing what to do, and I
Yeah,
know
you're
when I
good.
get it, I'll be 10 times better. So
Well, let me end the session and we'll carry on and we'll talk about it. But YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Drop a like on the video, show some love to the boy Cerberus for sharing his gameplay. And that was a good one, just to kind of learn about minimap awareness and overall that kind of stuff. If you guys managed to watch the whole video, let me know down in the comments any feedback or improvements to kind of the way it looks and the whole process. And I'm sure to take that on board. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in another one tomorrow. Peace.